Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the YouTube channel called Walk With Me. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's able to advance forward um, as we all join each other together to walk towards God, as we all battle together to correct ourselves. And if we can help each other correct each other, do that too. Not in a judgmental way, but in a loving and caring way. So today I just want to talk about the importance. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the importance of endurance. We're going to talk about the flesh, and we're going to read a little bit from the book of Romans. So just to say this at the beginning, I just want us all to understand and be aware that as we're trying to learn to live the right way, all the wrong ways we lived before are going to come up and try to intimidate us. The evil which we have involved ourselves in is going to manifest itself. It's going to show itself fully. It's going to uncover itself and be revealed to us. Let's see, we're going to read a little bit from Romans. It says, we'll go to Romans chapter 7, verse 7. It says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law. For I had not known covetousness, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. I don't know how to say this word, I'm sorry. For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once. But when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died. Let's break this down. So he starts out by saying, what should we say then? Is the law sin? Basically saying, no, God forbid. But I would not have known sin but by the law. So it's just telling us what the law does. The law tells us what's wrong, and it puts a mirror on the sin. It puts a mirror on the evil. It says, but sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me every manner. So the sin living within me that had not been seen fully as sin, when the commandment came, it showed itself. He says in verse 10, and the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceedingly sinful. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good. So working death in me, shown by that which is good. So the goodness is what's shining the light on it more and bringing it more to the surface. The goodness is not causing the evil. The goodness is exposing the evil. It's not the cause. So a lot of, like, we start this path and we see that all these things are coming forth within us. We think, oh man, I got to get away from this. This is bringing all this forward. But the truth is, it's only shining the light on what's already inside of you. It's showing it. And as you live more and more the right way, it will show more and more. It will reveal more and more to you. Then he goes on to another part. He says, for we know that the law is spiritual. So you could tell in this part he's really having a battle. And how many of us could probably relate to what he's saying here? He says, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do. So basically, for that which I want to do, I don't do. But that which I don't want to do, that I do. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. How many of us can relate to this verse here? And I want to not misconstrue verse 17. It's not him not taking responsibility. He's taking responsibility, but he's saying it is no longer I. So he's aware that there's something else working in him that's producing this wrong action, this wrong way of living. It's not him doing it. He's aware of that. That doesn't mean he doesn't take responsibility for that which is there. But he's saying, but it is no longer I that do it. I'm now aware that it's not me. I'm now aware that the sinful nature, the evil, is not me. I've identified myself so much with good now that I'm aware of this evil. And even though I do it, I know that it is not me. But that doesn't mean he's not taking responsibility. He says next, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. I want to repeat what he said there. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh. So in the flesh, there dwells no good thing. He says, for to will is present with me. So I'm willing. I'm willing. But how to perform that which is good, I find not. He says, so for to will, I'm willing. I'm willing to do it. That is present with me. But how to perform that which is good, I find not. For the good that I would, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that I would not, that which I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. Let's read that again. He says, I find in a law that when I would do good, when I want to do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. So let's read that again. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, in the flesh, warring against the law of my mind. I'm in conflict. The two are in conflict with another, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from this body of death? I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then with the mind I myself serve the law of God, but with the flesh I serve the law of sin. I'm going to read one more part and I'll finish it up there. Wait, give me 1 second, sorry. This is a great comparison between Adam, everyone knows it. You know what Adam is, and Jesus Christ. It says, wherefore, as by one man, Adam, sin entered into the world, and death by sin. Death means separation from goodness, separation from God, separation from the good things that are always there. And so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed where there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. But not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For if through the offense of one many be dead, Adam, much more the grace of God and the gift by grace, which is by one man Jesus Christ, has abounded unto many. And not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation, but the free gift is of many offenses unto justification. For by one man's offense death reigned, by one much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Jesus Christ. Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, Adam, even so by the righteousness of one the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one many shall be made righteous. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound, but where sin abounded, grace did much more abound. For as by one man's disobedience, Adam, many were sinners, but by the obedience of one, many shall be made righteous. I think this week we should all study and just think upon what the Bible means when it says death to life. You know, it's a lot of time when it refers to death, it uses it with sin, but when it refers to life, it uses it with righteousness. So it's clear that the Bible isn't talking about death as we know it as like the physical death. It's talking about a spiritual death, a spiritual life. As by one Adam, death entered into the world, spiritual death. So by one Jesus, life, spiritual life. Let's study what that means, death to life. We're all as believers are expected to pass from this one stage to the other at some point or another. That's the goal, is to go from death, that spiritual separation from God, into life. Jesus Christ was the one that brought us back to it. Thank y'all for listening. You have a good one.